Jays fans, remember earlier in the season when we were down bad and things were really not going well for the Jays? I sat here and said, why do I care so much? Well, the last few games, the last few days, watching this team clinch yesterday and seeing social media have fun because really that's all we could do at the time, and watching the Jays win 9-0 today over the Red Sox and watching that celebration and seeing all the players and hearing Coach Snyder, seeing the team picture, that is why we care so much. Because us as fans that watch this team day after day, 162 games, we feel like a part of it when you watch that many games. And I said it yesterday, I said it a few days ago, and I said it yesterday. I'm proud of these guys. I really, really and truthfully am. And they went out there today because as we heard, consistently, even in the locker room after the game, job ain't done. They want home field. And if today's game is any indication, they won it bad. Like I said, they won 9-0 over the Red Sox. They lit up Nick Pivetta, and Alek Manoah did Alek Manoah things. But the Jays scored some runs in different fashion. Bottom of the first inning, Springer and Bo get singles to lead off the inning, and you're like, okay, all right, let's get this thing rolling. Vladdy then gets out, no runners move up. I believe there was either a wild or ball in the dirt. Springer moves up to third base. Then Alejandro Kirk just slaps the ball the other way. Again, it was on the ground, but it was hit soft enough. They could only get Kirk at first. Springer comes in to score, and the Jays have a 1-0 lead. We move forward to the bottom of the second inning, where I believe the Jays had runners on, was it first and second? Either way, they had a guy at third. It was a wild pitch. Runner moves up to third. And Whit Merrifield at the dish. And first off, have a day, Whit. He hit a ball to the right center field. It's caught, but it's a sacrifice fly. In comes Tapia. The 2 runs scored by the Blue Jays are an RBI ground out and a fly out. They have guys at third with less than 2 out, and they drive them in. Just beautiful. Isn't it nice when you're finally facing a team that's not the Rays, Orioles, and Yankees? It's actually quite nice. But then we go to the bottom of the third inning. And with Bo on, Vladdy comes up. I mean, we talked all year about Vladdy not having the same year as he did last year and hit a lot of balls on the ground. And we always say, if he can just get the ball in the air, that thing's going to go flying. And he gets a ball from Nick Pivetta, middle and just not a pitch you want to, not a location you want to be against Vladdy. And he turns on this thing and destroys it into the second deck. He knows right off the bat it's way gone. 117.5 miles an hour off the bat into the second deck. A 2-run shot. And the Jays double up their lead. It's now 4-0. We move ahead to the bottom of the 6th inning. And out comes Tyler Danish. And Raimel Tapia gets the ball down and in and golfs at it, but gets barreled the ball, crushes it to right field, and it's gone. Tapia's first home run at Rogers Center this year. And the Jays add another. It's now 5-0. Oh, but they weren't done. Jansen gets on. Whit Merrifield gets another hit, bringing up George Springer. There's nobody out still, and he gets a ball over the middle of the plate, and he crushes it to left center field, and it's gone. 3-run shot, 4 runs on 4 hits in the inning off of Tyler Danish. And he had nobody out at that point. It was pretty ugly. The Jays' lead is now 8-0. We're all feeling good about things. Yeah, and then the bottom of the 8th inning, Bo hits a nice hit to the opposite field for a base hit. In comes Whit Merrifield. And with that hit for Bo Bichette, that is 48 hits for the month. It is wild how this guy, having the okay, the league average, first, 3 quarters of the season? Then September hits, and he's like, okay, I'll turn it on. He leads the American League in hits, ladies and gentlemen. And with hit number 48. He now becomes the basically the Jay with the most hits in a single month in any month in Jay's history. I believe it was Lloyd Mosby, and there was one other guy that he beat as well. Fantastic stuff for Bo, and you're really seeing what a special September it has been for him in the Toronto Blue Jays. And obviously, with that hit and the run scored, that was all she wrote. 9-0 win. And let's go right to Alek Manoah, shall we? 6 innings, 2 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, and walked a couple. He ends this, if this is his last game of the regular season, which it should be. The next game he should be on the mound for is game 1 of the wild card series, wherever that is or whoever it's against. With Alek Manoah's 6 innings today, his ERA drops to 2.24 on the year. He has a whip sub 1.99. Ridiculous. And oh yeah, by the way, in his ERA for September, 0.88. That is the best in Jays franchise history. I don't know if it's in the month of September or if it's just any month in general, like the Bo one. Either way, the two names that or bottom line, the names that he has passed, Roger Clemens twice. He had 0.89 and I believe like 0.90. You know, yeah, Hyunjin Ryu fired his name in there, I think in the month of August there in 2020, in that obviously the COVID season. Alek Manoah doing special things in September. You know, and it's remarkable, you know, knowing that I got the opportunity, and I know I say it a lot, before he came up to the big leagues, that spring training, that I got a chance to talk to him when it was him and Simeon Woods Richardson dazzling everybody in spring training. I had the chance to talk to him on Blue Jays Center on the IG Live. If you want to go check that out, it's definitely on there still. And knowing how great of a dude he was and actually watching his draft, you know, streaming it online and seeing it and keeping an eye on him all through the minor leagues, and to see him come up here today, you know, this season and be in the Cy Young conversation, which he should be even more than he is already. It's pretty damn remarkable. You know what else is remarkable? Yusei Kikuchi. If this ain't a way to cap off a great night. Yusei Kikuchi's now gone 3 straight scoreless outings. And he goes 3 innings today. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. And he picks up his first career save. And people will be like, well, what do you mean? Well, you pitch 3 innings in relief to close a game. It's considered a save. So he picks up his first career save. And Kikuchi closing off his 2021 or 2022 campaign nice and strong, and maybe making a bid for one of those playoff spots. I still don't believe it, because we still laugh and joke when he's even on the mound sometimes. But either way, you gotta love it, and you gotta love what you're seeing from him today. Offensively, boys were on fire. They came out to play, and I was with my buddy Rob today watching the ball game, and I told him, you know, after we saw those after the Vladdy home run where they scored in each inning, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, I'm like, this gives me Baltimore last year, the final series of the season, where it didn't matter what they were going to throw at you. The Jays knew they had to win, and they were going to win, and they just beat down the Orioles in each game. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be every game in this series, because you can't expect that. But with the way these guys went out today, the approach that they had at the plate, they were hitting everything hard. I mean, they were ready to play today. And you'll love to see it. They have to continue the momentum starting tomorrow. All right. But George Springer went 2 for 4 in the game with a couple runs, scored 3 RBIs and a home run. Bo Bichette went 2 for 4 with a run, scored an RBI, and he walked once. And Raimel Tapia went 2 for 4 in the game, scored a couple runs. Obviously, had the RBI on his 1 home run. And shout out Whit Merrifield. You know, his nickname 2-Hit Whit. He won up that today. 3 for 3 in the ball game, 2 runs scored, an RBI. The reason he was only 3 for 3 because one of the other ABs, his 4th AB, was a sacrifice fly, which does not count as an actual at bat. So he had a great night in the office. 3 for 3 with a couple runs scored, an RBI on the sacrifice fly. A really good day for Whit Merrifield and the Blue Jays. 13 hits and also a dazzling double play in that 6th inning for Alek Manoah. 13 hits total for the Jays, 6 strikeouts, and they walked 3 times. Now, we keep moving. Tampa won today, so they all stay packed. I think they're 2 games. No, 2. I think it's 2 losses gap between us and the Rays. So there you, I think is it 2? I believe it's 2 losses gap. So that stays that way. We won our game. They won their game. That's okay. The Jays just need to keep taking care of their own business. The Oakland A's and the Mariners are going on right now. It was 1-1 last time I checked. Again, you don't expect the Oakland A's to beat Seattle, so I expect them to win. But the Jays did what they were supposed to do, and that was win a ball game today. Now, they look to do the exact same thing tomorrow afternoon. Good news, it's a 3:07 start for these guys. It's not like a 1:07 because they'd probably all be hungover, which is a disaster. 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center, game 2 of the 3 games against the Red Sox. Brian Bale gets the start for the Sox, and Ross Stripling gets the ball for the Jays at 3:07 at Rogers Center as the Jays continue to push for that home field advantage. Look, one job's done, making the playoffs. Next job, get home field. One step at a time. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video and enjoyed the ball game this evening because 9-0, beating up on the Red Sox, and officially, in all of our minds, clinching a playoff spot because, it didn't feel like it did yesterday. It definitely felt like it today with all the celebration post-game. All right, smack that like button. Comment down below all your thoughts on the game and the post-game celebrations. John Schneider dropping F-bombs on live TV, which you love to see. All that stuff. Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me any of that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, of course, Leafs edition very shortly as they won 6-3 over the Ottawa Senators in Belleville today. And as for the Toronto Blue Jays, game 2 of the 3-game set at Rogers Center tomorrow night. Brian Bale and Ross Stripling is the pitching matchup there tomorrow afternoon. 3:07 first pitch there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the ball game tonight. Talk to you guys then.